So right over our shoulder is the Virginia Memorial, and Jared Piepman, you told me that that statue of Robert E. Lee might hold the key to why the Confederacy lost this battle. Explain that.
Yeah, so first of all, good job for saying Virginia Memorial. That actually is the name of what is behind us. People often make the mistake and they call it the Robert E. Lee statue or monument, and that is not its official name. The reason that's important from a leadership perspective, the memorial is meant to commemorate the men, the common people in the battle, and yet we often are drawn to Robert E. Lee, and I think it makes this really critical point. By the time you get to the Battle of Gettysburg, Lee has been in charge of this army for a year. He's won, by some accounts, 8 battles without really suffering a loss. He's this charismatic leader that everybody believes in. Just look at the size of this guy on this monument. So that's great when you're winning, but what happens when you have a bad plan? How are you gonna tell this guy no? And that, I think, is the challenge you see at the Battle of Gettysburg. It's the challenge sometimes you see in organizations as well. You've got a great leader, they do everything well, but in the moment when they make a bad decision, who dares tell this person they're wrong? It's one of the many factors, I think, that leads up to Pickett's charge.
And that's truly an example of putting them on a pedestal, I guess you would say.
Absolutely, elevated above everyone else. I mean, it is the incarnation of that idea.
And the problem is, for victory, it's not just the big guy on the horse. You need everybody else to perform.
Yeah, there's two sort of models of leadership. There's a team model, and frankly, we really see that pretty well on the other side, on the Union side. And then on the other hand, the other model is the genius with 1,000 helpers. And that is literally what this is showing here. What happens when the genius is wrong?